Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Nuff channel. In this video we're going to review round 15 of the 2024 NRL SuperCoach season. And so what ended up being a really good week for myself. I thought it was above average, but wasn't expecting top 5% for the round with a 1179. Also wasn't expecting to rocket up 2,500 spots essentially, knocking on the door of the top 6k. I'm pretty sure that's my highest rank for the season as well. So moving in the right direction, getting ready for week 16. It's all happening. Let's have a look at the team. It's just recently opened, and although being a bit late, it always seems to get later and later through the year. Super frustrating, SuperCoach. Figure it out. But Harry Grant with a 49 and Brendan Hands with a 59. So Hands outscoring Grant is interesting. Interesting what we do with Hands. He is on the bye this week. He will also have a bye in week 20. And I wanted to see his break even. I might just have to switch it that way. Is that so? Break even of 18. So I mean, he's probably got a little bit more cash to make, but I think we can comfortably move him on this week, as he's about to pop up on the screen here now. Super slow, super frustrating loading time. While that's doing its thing, Payne Haas with a 99 is a massive effort from the big guy. Fanua Blake with a 53, is a bit under his average, but, he's fine. We're not stressing about that. Liam Henry with a 46, so another nice little bump. I should have left the pricing on. It's going to, I've closed it. It's going to go back. So break even of 41. So I guess he's another one we could look at moving on this week. He's just about peaked in price. The Panthers don't play 16 or 19, so unlikely he's going to get that nice, edge roll like he had in round 13 going forward. Sam Hughes obviously on the bye, but a good number to utilise this week. Fafita, obviously a late out with an ankle concern, but from all reports he should back up this week. Briton Nickera, man of the match as far as my team goes this week with 120. Absolutely massive effort on the Thursday night. Sort of got my weekend off, starting off right. Samuel Afani was actually a late trade-in. I originally didn't do any trades, but with the news that Fafita and Kai Pearce-Paul were out, I was down to 16. And I thought, well, Kai Pearce-Paul's not going to play the next 2 rounds, whereas Fino will, assuming he doesn't get injured or anything crazy. And then they have the same bye coverage after that anyway. So it kind of made sense. The DPP is also nice. So I guess, we're not stuck with trading Henry to a front rower necessarily. We've got Fino and Curran that are going to provide that nice swing over the next few weeks. Angus Crichton, tonned up. Love to see it. And Morgan Smithies with a 49. He's going to be just a useful number this week. Dylan Brown with an 82. So solid return from him. And I guess we got a bit of a gift from the footy gods with Matt Burton dropped from the Origin squad, which on a personal note will be devastating for him. And, as a Queensland fan, I'm glad he's not in the team because he is one of those players that, has that X factor. But they've gone with Latrell, and in the form he's in, he could do a bit. But obviously gives us a halfback for this week, which is a win. Max Plath with a 77. I think he scored a try in that, so it is a little bit elevated. But the work rate's still there, so he's a great number for this week. Lockie Galvin, according to NRL, should be back this week for at the hand. It said round 16 on the latest update on the casualty ward. And interestingly, I saw Adam Dewey return, but played halfback, number 7. So might be sort of leaning towards the fact that they're going to lock Galvin in at 6, and especially, trying to keep a hold of him. And maybe Dewey will slot into the 7 to get him into the team. He can also play in the centres as well. So I think Galvin is a hold. Ruben Garrick, unfortunately, HIA. So possibly misses this week and next week, but does play 19 and 20. So I don't think he's a panic trade. I mean, if you're absolutely scrambling for numbers this week, you could. But, when we're starting to drop in terms of the trades, I can't see my number anymore. That's okay. It doesn't matter at this point. It's one that you want to try to hold if you can. Jermaine Osako with a 51. He's starting to lose a bit of value, but he plays this week, so we'll keep him. Blaze Talangi with a 43. I guess another one who's probably peaked in price. I shouldn't have clicked on him. I should have just turned the SuperCoach Plus. Now it's all stuck. There we go. So break even of 86. So definitely one we could chop this week. Plays around 17 and 19, but that's it. So not the best option, in my opinion, to hold. I'll just try and go back to the team. There we go. So Eero with a 62. I don't think his break even is as bad. 48, so probably a hold. Kiraz obviously back in this week. Armstrong didn't play, so probably one we can chop as well. So I guess, this week I've got 3 or 4. I've obviously only got 3 trades. So we might take advantage of that potentially. Jacob Gagai with a 40. Ended up having to use him. He was my auto emergency for Fafita being out. And Scott Drinkwater, so scored 89. And then with the news Fafita was out, I thought, well, I'll just leave the C on him and cop an 89. I probably would have put on Fanua Blake or something, so it worked out quite well in that sense. So that's the team and how they went. In terms of matchups this week, it was a good week. Won most of my head-to-heads. Won the 3 SuperCoach Nuff leagues. So beat Coke and Ice by about 150. Close enough too. So just having a look at Paul's team, he had Ronaldo with a 56, Latrell with an 80, was solid, but Jerome Hughes with 108, Zach Lomax is captain with an 80. So I mean our captains weren't too far apart in the end. It's just the likes of Terrell May and Jack DeBellin. That's pretty disappointing from the front rowers. Having Joe Chance 13. So who missed out? Kai Pearce-Paul and Dom Young both missing out. Must have actually played a player down too, which wouldn't have helped with the laid outs there. So that's unfortunate. And obviously Ruben Garrick as well was a bit of a unfortunate one there. But in terms of the head-to-heads, 1174 is pretty close. Reese, 1196 for Pole in my house. Don't know how you come in 20th, Jaden. I got just unlucky maybe. But looks like the top scorer this week was Ruben's team, Dixon Cider. Classic team name with the 1216. Captain Drinkwater, so I guess we were on the same wavelength there. Had Nico Hines still, so 68's okay. Wonder what his break even's like this week. He's not a trade-in, obviously. They're on the buy, but did miss Origin, so probably one to target before round 19. Hylam Lukey with a 79, who's been named in the extended squad, which is interesting for Queensland. Another one who's sort of elevated above Dave Fafita. Had Latrell Stefano with an 88, so awesome buy coverage. So Stefano's definitely on the radar. Eli Katoa with 88, he'll be a very good option this week. Jerome Hughes we've talked about, and Dylan Brown, Garrick Henry we've got. So pretty good results there from Ruben. If we go to the second league, so this was a bit tighter one. Clint Guther's son snuck in by 18 points. So Val Holmes with the 72. Karapani came in. That's right, his third game. So a little bit of cash generation there. Abby Coruscant, I think it's a good option this week, 58. Jerome Hughes, captain Fanua Blake. So that was probably the difference in the end, was the captaincy choice. As I said, I was thinking Fanua Blake if Drinkwater flopped, but it took the sort of lowish VC score. Olaquatu with a 118 though, so that's a good get. Manu with 39 is a bit underwhelming. And then I guess the same players there. Obviously, as I said, went with Drinkwater as captain. And so in this league, any 1200s and above, 1180, fully sick, I think might have just pipped me. Mr. Callio's Disciples as well, same score. Wonder if we've got the same team. Probably not. I don't have Weeks. I don't have Pierre Cora. Don't have Jerome Hughes as vice captain. Or Failongo looked good on the weekend from all reports. Be honest, I didn't actually watch any footy on the weekend. It was a bit of a bye week for myself and the Bulldogs. Other than Thursday night, that's a lie. I did watch the Dolphins and the Hammers freak try. Wow. DWZ bit flat with 13. Terrell May 27. Cardi 74 is nice. So a few different players there, but just landed on the same. But fully sick with an 1180, just sneaking in for top score in the league. Jerome Hughes as captain did the business. Jack Bostock with a 68 must have got a try. Well done. I don't remember, but he might have. I said I watched the game, but so long ago now. Carl Lawton with the 67, so he's done a little bit. Jacob Little with 63, so a couple of pods there. Interesting. Sam Walker, 52. Yeah, that's fair. And actually had some players on the bench this week, which is interesting. So well stacked for this round. Third league. Comfortable win over Left the Bag at Homes. So again, don't think there's too many different. Mitch Barnett with 88. It looks like he's 18th man for this origin from memory. So good luck to him. Olaquatu as well. And then missing 2 players. That hurts. So, yeah, just a bunch of DNPs. Fafita didn't play. Young didn't play. Hopgood didn't play. So that's a bit stiff. But I guess that's how it goes sometimes. So 12-18 there from Atlantis. 1354 rather from Team Gibbon. Jeez, it's got to go close to top this round, doesn't it? So Bostock, Drinkwater, Robson, Strange with the 60, good hold. Latrell, Kolomatangi with the 78. He's been good. I did give him the trap a couple weeks ago, but can't argue with what he's produced. Safe after the 66 is nice. Jerome Hughes captain. Sean Bloor 45, probably the lowest score until Terrell May. But Dylan Lucas 84, that's a good result. So yeah, just really solid bunch of 80s essentially. So it'd be interesting to see how that was for the round, I suppose. Have a quick look. Round 15 points. 1466 was top, so not too bad. I mean, could probably find it down the list. 1350. So about top 100 for the round. That's awesome. I remember last year I got, I think it was 36 or something one round, and I thought that was epic. Team Gibbon, there you go, 101. So just outside the top 100, that's stiff. 1 point in it would have been 96th, tied for. Fantastic, great work, Paul. Anyway, I guess just quickly look at the draft as well. Honestly, just wonder how Liam is going to be stopped. He's absolutely smashed me this week. I could have played Marshall King over Brayley for an extra 12, but didn't have a halfback. Obviously didn't bother to change it because I just left Yo as VC. I think I traded Sammy in. I got the Bulldogs players off that I could, but that was literally all the moves I made. I didn't change the captain. Oh well. So compared to 12.29, So Captain Lomax, which is nice, but it's got Uda Ikamanu, Mitchell, Nanai with the 66, Robson, just, Fa'alongo, 89, Hopewadi in the flex with 92, and Jerome Luai was massive with 130. So, I mean, how do you beat that? If you're Shano, you drop a 1053. That's how. Couple of monster scores this week. Must just be me that's terrible at draft. That's all right. Can't be good at everything. So Captain Hughes, Payne Haas as well. Kinney with a 112. Holy wow. Gold Coast have good buy coverage. Is he a sneaky pod? I'm leaning more towards Jerome Campbell if I'm being Jaden Campbell, sorry, if I'm being honest. I was looking at Jerome Hughes. Penasini with a 99. Like, that's just all these. I guess they'd be pod options in Classic, but draft's a different game, just going off. And the high scoring one here between Mrs. Fitler and Carlton Draft. So Matt getting the win, but might be in the doghouse at home. Captain Teddy, nice, 98. And Holoquatu, Jaden Sewer, 83. So had Ruben Garrick and still got to the 1,000. Mrs. Fitler had DCE as captain, turned up, which is nice. Kicked a few goals as well, which was handy. Damien Cook, 95. He's been in a bit of form. Rapana, 82. Nice. Dylan Lucas. Lindsay Smith with a 73 is a nice return from the front rower. Had Max Plath on the bench too. That's just showing off, I think. Could have probably used him somewhere. Maybe, I don't know, for McInnes. Would have gone close. There you go. So that's the draft wrap up. Probably only thing we need to discuss is my team this week in Classic. So obviously 3 trades, and as I said, I sort of alluded to, there's a few on the chopping block. So Brendan Hands is definitely one I'm getting rid of. Bringing in Marshall King, I think he'll score more than Coruscant. In round 18, I'm backing Grant to play. So for that reason, I'm happy to go with Marshall King. Only costs 300k, so that's fine. I think with the amount of cash on his head, we can get rid of Talangi as well. Haven't really thought about the centre wing option I want to bring in this week. Well, with Tedesco not picked, I don't think Manu is worth it. He is good, but I mean, he's always a better option at fullback. Meany perhaps. Brian Kelly with the 61. Ewan Aiken's actually an interesting one, playing on that edge. He's been doing really well in fantasy for me as an owner, but just looking, just a bit of a down game, but I think it might be worthwhile having a look at him. Just got to be mindful. How many Dolphins have we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they do have the buy in round 18. So I just got to be able to cover round 18. I guess the other one, like I could look at trading out is Drinkwater, given he doesn't play 16 and 19. But I might actually just hold if I can, because as I said, I've got Henry, got Armstrong on the chopping block. So this is everyone, isn't it? That's handy. Let's go in form. 3-round average. So Tedesco, Latrell, we could. So I mean, there's the argument for trading out Drinkwater is we could bring in Teddy. Latrell's playing Origin. Jerome Hughes. I've got Burton playing there this week and going to get Hines and hopefully Cleary back in for the run home. Is the plan there. Critter's an interesting one, but to play an Origin, I keep forgetting. Kinney, ultimate pod in the fullback slot. Farnworth, we've probably got too many Dolphins, particularly in the centre wing. Tommy Talau back to earth after his monster the other week. Tamara Martin, don't really have a spot for him. Kyle Matangi, I don't think he was in the Origin squad, so he could be a useful option over the next few weeks. After I canned him a few weeks ago. Um, yeah, just looking at that, it might be Kalamatangi. So I mean, might be Chop Henry, just slide Curran in the front row, get that dual position flex going, which is nice, and Keone Kalamatangi. So we'll just do the trades and have a look. Obviously, we've still got all our analysis this week to go through, but we'll get Marshall King on the field. We'll get Curran on. Get rid of the reserves. We'll put the bench on Hughes. So Crichton's playing Origin, so Kalamatangi on. Smithy's on the bench for the moment. Burton, we think Galvin's coming back. Garrick might miss this week with the concussion, so we'll just plan for Trey Fuller. Gagai and Fuller to play. So, I mean, we'll just slap the reserve on Garrick if he gets up. I think we've actually got 17 this week, which is pretty wild. Probably don't even need to do so many trades. And we'll just have a quick look. Round 17. So South, Titans, and Manly on the bye, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So got 21. Although, Armstrong might not play, so call it 20. Fuller probably won't play, so 19. So doing okay. I think we can cover round 17. And then have we shot ourselves in the foot for round 19? I think all the players I bought in do play round 19. Aiken, Kalamatangi, Marshall King, so that helps. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I counted half, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so we're doing all right for round 19, and then by round 20 we're just bringing in all our final guns. So I do like those trades. Just as a quick look into it. Captaincies this week. Dolphins Melbourne on Friday night. Do I have any Storm players? No. Any Dolphins interest me? Maybe Marshall King. Do we maybe VC for Feeder against the Warriors, or for Noah Blake against the Titans? Maybe that's the way to go. And then captaincy options. Do we captain Birdo against the Roosters? Actually, I'm probably not going to be able to do the VC loophole. I might have to go for a Tigers player. Fine, no. Do I have any Raiders? I don't think so. Oh, Smithies and not really. What do we do? Not a strong option this week. Maybe we VC Aiken into Fanua Blake captain something. Marshall King VC maybe. Something like that. We'll lock it down in the round preview on. Do we do it Friday? I think we can leave it till Friday. Will it be? I'll probably record it Thursday night, but I'll get it out Thursday night then. In that case, just got to get me schedules lined up. It's been a bit crazy at the moment, but I might talk about that in another little video. But we'll wrap this one up for the time being. So, as always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the SuperCoach content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.